soup.
This is never gonna work. We're gonna start laughing like wait till the video and we're gonna have to start again.
This would never happen with Sam here, bro.
Yeah, we'll do
You're not
it.
wrong.
He has to do it. That's why he has to do it.
Yes.
We are not serious beings, you know?
All right, guys. Welcome to another Gamers Command podcast. Here, we're going to be talking about characters that we think should be in FFTCG. And, of course, I have Armand here with me. Say hello.
Yo, what's up, guys?
And then I got Abe right here.
It's me. It's your boy.
And then I got John.
Hi, guys. Love being here. Oh, you can't see me with my tropical background.
It's okay. You can open a window later. But, so we're going to go ahead and talk about the first card here. Something that John brought to all of our attention that we think might deserve a legend, but we're going to talk about Seto. What can you talk about us with?
So actually, I was thinking of Seto. So for those of you who don't know, Seto is Red 13's father. He's actually like a background, like a backstory kind of character. He's only seen like in certain cutscenes. And I don't know if he's seen in like the original game, but he's definitely seen in some of the remakes. So Seto came to the discussion because apart from thinking of like characters that deserve a card in the game, I'm also thinking of characters that deserve more representation in the game. And I think Red 13 is an iconic character that should have a legend by now. A while ago, she had like more legends. We know like we have like how many Cloud legends and how many Tifas and how many whatever. But yeah, I think Red 13 is probably the only one from the main cast that doesn't have a legend yet, and it's really surprising to me. That being said, I immediately thought of like two characters that are related to Red 13 that don't have representation in the game. One of them would be Seto. The other one, we're gonna mention it afterwards. But basically, I was thinking of the idea of like how we're moving, like which direction we're moving in when it comes to like LBs. And LBs, for me, we're working with a dangerous playing field because LBs should maintain a certain level of splashability, but they shouldn't become like too overpowered. And I think if we keep the trend of making them have generalized effects, eventually we're gonna have to start amping the power level early on because we don't have like many options in terms of like general abilities. And I think like the choices around cards like Snow, the Snow LB, are a good direction in terms of LBs, which are like restricted to either a specific category, a specific job, or in case of Snow, a specific card. So I think if we design cards like, for example, in this case, Seto, should be something around another card, Red 13 in this case. So I would love to see like a Seto LB, probably Fire Element, that supports a Red 13 Legend in the same set, please, developers, probably Japan.
That's nice.
So yeah, right. I mean, we're giving them like free ideas here for the game. You can pay me later. But basically, I think we should start designing. We, as in I'm part of the developing team, we should start designing cards that in the LB actually work as LBs. You know, LBs in the game are related particularly to like one character with one effect, and I think it's a good idea so we don't burn out the LB slots or like the LB effects in the game, which is start restricting them way more and making them a strong enough point in deck building to like build around LB effects. That being said, are we going to talk about like the other character that's related to Red 13?
Definitely. You can go ahead and then start working on that new character that you're talking about.
So another character that's also related to that storyline, and it does not have a single card in the game, is Bugenhagen. Am I saying it right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows.
I think so.
I'm
sure you got it.
Bugenhagen is So basically, that guy is he controls like the whole arc of like Red 13. He's the grandfather or adopted grandfather of Red 13 and a planetologist in FF7. So he studies. I think he worked for the government at some point, and that he studies uh the planet's energy field and the whole science behind that. I think he has like good enough representation in the remakes for him and amazing art and amazing character design
Yeah, he was in
for him
Rebirth.
to actually have like a really cool card in the game. So yeah, I'm not particularly sure like where I would put him. Maybe like
A
I
backup.
don't know, like a maybe a backup, maybe a light and dark card or like an earth card.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm not even sure like where I would
I
put
think it
him.
would
I
be
just have
cool if we had a starter deck, even though Final Fantasy VII
oh
has
yeah,
enough starter
oh
decks.
yeah,
But
oh yeah.
but with Red 13 being the starter deck, with
Yeah,
Bugenhagen in
go on.
support, that would be great. I mean, I think.
And LV Seto, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't Red 13 have like a real name like that they changed to?
Nanaki.
It would be really cool if they did like a Man in Black or like a hooded man kind of deal with him where he's like treated
Oh
as
yeah,
Red 13. I would really love that.
Yeah,
yeah.
it'd be
That'd be
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
There's also like a backstory of two characters that are only mentioned in like lore, and it's like Nanaki's brothers, and
Mm.
they also have like color and number names because they were part of like the same experiments, and I think they're like blue and indigo or some shit like that, like indigo and violet. They're like in like a different color scheme, but like the same race. And yeah, they're only mentioned like in lore. But it would be like extremely cool to see cards made on those characters. I don't think they will,
From
but
lore, but
they've
yeah,
done some obscure characters
That would be cool.
before. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
who knows? They might. I mean, Rebirth just came out, right? And those were like, with spoilers, they're the biggest characters in the game. A lot of the plot, comes from them.
Revolves around them. Yeah.
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 Well, the next card that I think we were talking about recently, which should be a card really, is actually Yu Yevon, right? What would you say your opinion on that is?
Oh, so this was my pick. I just think that he's like the last boss of Final Fantasy X. There's a lot of lore there. I don't really want to go all into it, mostly because I don't remember everything fully. I don't want to mess anything up. But
Smart.
he might be he might be the only last boss that we don't have in the game. I can't think of another one that we don't already have, and it's crazy that we went 25 sets without him. Almost 25 sets, I guess. I'm not really sure what his card would be, but I did look up his like game mechanics, and he does like steal summons. Like when you summon an Aeon in the last boss, he'll take control of it and make it a Dark Aeon. There could be like some kind of canceled summons energy there or something like that. Unaleska is his daughter, right? So it could be an ice card. I could totally see him being an ice card or a dark card, something like that. And ice could definitely use something that's like anti-summon for sure. That's as vague of an answer as I got. He also can't kill you.
It would be really cool.
Kill you in the boss fight.
It would be really cool if it had like the same ability as like Men in Black, that you could like play him as, I don't know, like as a backup. Since it can't kill you, you play it as a backup, and then you steal someone from the break zone of the opponent, and then you can cast it yourself for any color since it's dark.
Yeah.
It would go like perfect with the theme.
Oh yeah, that would be
Yeah,
sick.
it'd be pretty sick. Yeah. We already have a couple of those cards, but I mean, on a backup, that'd be kind of insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would be
man.
really cool.
Yeah,
It would have like boss monster kind of like
Yeah. I think there is
vibes.
a Renoa that does that already for your own break zone, and it's a little tough to do that against your opponent. But maybe it could do something that's like, like tap and break it, pay a cost, and then like cancel your opponent's summon, and then maybe steal it or something like that. Like maybe banish it and do a Renoa effect. That could be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I see.
Uh,
I see.
the
I see
the next the next card I think this is also Abe's pick. It starts with a G. If you want to go ahead and start it off.
Oh, dude, I've been waiting all night. All night. It might be my new favorite character that isn't in the game. So I was looking at some cards or some characters, and there's a guy from Final Fantasy 3, which is like my second favorite Final Fantasy game, and it needs a lot more representation in the game. Don't look at the Refia deck. Don't forget about that.
What's your first one?
10.
What's your favorite? 10? Okay.
Yeah. I love it 10. It's hard. I hate it because it's not really a hipster pick, but man, like it's just so good. But anyway, Goldor. In the course of Final Fantasy 3, just like most of the early Final Fantasy games, you're looking for crystals with your buddies. You run into this dungeon and you're like, oh, this is the Earth Crystal guy. We're going to go get the Earth Crystal. And at the end of your dungeon, it's the crystal is just a big chunk of gold. And then you're like, what the hell is this? And then he pops out and he's like, hey, that's my gold. I'm Goldor. His team is gold. He's gold. He's a guy in gold armor.
He's super gold.
He's protecting his giant gold nugget. You don't even kill him in the boss fight. He runs away with his gold. I can't remember distinctly, but it's a really good time because I feel like crystals are on the upswing. You definitely could give him some crystal synergy. And he's just a big dude. I know he's not the Earth Crystal guy, but he's definitely Earth. Look at him.
Yeah,
he's the color.
We would all agree. We would all agree. You are the expert in Goldor, but yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. It could be like a 3 CP something that does crystal stuff. Like we just had that the Barts be shown with the crystal support.
Oh, the reveal for the Open Swing.
Yeah.
He's 5 or 6 was his 6, right?
26, something like that. And then like I just feel like a lot of other colors besides water need crystal payoffs and generators and stuff like that. It would be a sick card. I would love it. And
I think it would be sick if he can generate crystals when you like. I like how like Spiritus, whereas you pay 2 crystals, you get 1 back. I feel like in his sense, like you'll pay some CP and you get crystals, right? Like it's maybe once per turn. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
he also
to like protect the crystals, like that'd be cool. Yeah.
He also.
So I would like to see him like the Lena backup. So since you're trying to steal his gold, maybe every time your opponent produces 1 crystal, you produce 2 or 3, something degenerate. Like,
ooh, that would be cool. It would be cool if it was just like your own crystals. Like if you made a crystal, you gain 2 instead. That would be really interesting. I don't know how game breaking that would be, or how bad it would be.
That would be ridiculous. Like multiplying your crystals with like a backup, that would be ridiculous. Yeah.
So you play that with Syed, right? Just make 5 crystals.
Imagine playing that with like Lucio and then getting like 6 crystals per turn. That's no.
It's greedy, bro. That's why he's there. That's his whole thing is greed.
No, he would have to be like 9 CP for that to be viable.
That you have to pay 4 crystals to summon.
Yeah.
He also has a thing in the game where he resists all magic. So I think like a little like can't be targeted by summons, like just attack on for flavor would be sick.
Pay crystal, choose something that can't be targeted by magic.
I gotta be honest, when we started this, I was like, I don't know this Goldor person. He doesn't sound too great, but I'm in.
Have you seen art, bro? It's amazing.
You know what? What else we're in is actually one of your picks. It starts with the letter T. If you want to go ahead and mention that.
Yeah. So my pick was kind of a cheat. I'll be honest with you. It's technically like 5 people because it's the entire theater troupe. I'm really big on my 9. I know a lot of other people are, and I know that we've been, we love having 27 copies of Zidane. They're all great. All of them have meta defining.
They're all great.
10 out of 10. All great. There's other characters in 9 other than Zidane and Aiko and BB.
Garnet.
Yeah.
Garnet.
Well, Garnet's got like 1 good card. But like, anyway.
Are we talking about the common?
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, the starter used to rock, bro.
What about the
Opus
legend?
3, if you had the starter, you were in.
What was that Opus 5 legend, I think?
I think so. It's kind of a throwback. I can't think back that far. Anything before like Opus 18 doesn't exist in my brain
Okay.
Well, while we're on the topic of like 9, I think we should definitely get a legendary Queen. I think it's there's a couple of characters still in that game that we don't have a legend for, but Queen is definitely someone that we've had a lot of cards printed that are just borderline playable. Because they're good, but they're not like at the power level of the set that is printed. And I think it would be like a good monster support to like take away power from Realm and just focus on things like Queen.
Well, the Queen card that just came out.
Ban Realm and trade Queen.
Relax, relax. No, I'm saying the Queen card that just came out is like if your opponent plays a monster, or if he has a monster, draw a card, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's not that bad. I don't know, that's my opinion. But continue. What element and what did you want this card to do?
Honestly, I think just because the best of day now right now is Wind Fire, I think it'd be pretty cool to have a couple of them in Wind Fire. I don't think. I mean, there's an old VV that cares about how many characters and all that, but nah, it just needs like a full refresh. You know, just all the characters. They should search each other, do little combos, maybe a little ping damage. I don't know, something. There's definitely, in Windfire, we're having all of them maybe pump each other by the amount of 9 characters that you have out. Like, I think that kind of thing would be maybe enough. I mean, you'd be surprised what you can get away with.
I think what would be cool if there's 5 characters, right? What would be cool is that if just like the Opus 2 Onion Knight, where you can bounce it and then put it back, right?
We lost Abe.
We lost.
Oh, hey, Abe, we lost.
He'll be back.
Abe will be back. But I feel like if we had something like the Onion Knight, where basically you can have a card bounce in your hand, and then like another troop comes to the field, as an extra ability, that'd be cool. I think.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. Yeah. Just don't give them warp, please. I think that's like my one request. Just don't. Nothing else needs warp. We need to let that mechanic go in general. But yeah,
I think it would be cool for like a card that represents like multiple characters, either for it to be, as you said, like a multi-element card or a light or dark. And I think a good like looking into other games and examples that we have in this one is that having multiple characters in one card would, like, the thematic would be like to put a high CP cost, and like depending on the amount of characters you have in play, that goes down, and then have like a stupid effect, an ETB when it comes in, or a modular one, like one, depending on like what you want to do with like the group of characters in the card. I can see that happening.
Something like Warriors of Darkness, right? But like maybe they don't merge each other out that way. It's just like if you have Blank Out and Cinna or something, then you can play Baku, which is like the leader, and he'll come out and like board wipe or something, or like deal like
Archfiends.
So what I'm saying is,
but as an action ability,
what you're talking about is actually like multiple cards, not like one card of like multiple characters. Oh, got it. I was thinking of like the whole troop.
It could be both, right? It depends.
I mean,
what? Final Fantasy 14 got their own, scions.
The scions of the 7 on, you gotta have like 27 of them out or whatever. But
oh jeez,
that card is crazy, dude. That card is crazy. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I would hope it's not something like one of those promos that's just like, oh yeah, you win the game.
Unplayable.
Yeah, unplayable, and it's just a whole theater troop with the picture on the screen right now. I'd be pretty disappointed. I'd be pretty upset. But
someone let Abe know that he's allowed to come back in. He's too shy.
he might be a little too shy.
It's time to go to sleep.
A next card I guess I want to let you continue talking about is actually Orlando. Orlando's one of my favorite cards, and one of the reasons why I brought it up was because I seen this card, or I've seen this like character in multiple places, but man, I love that character. Take it away.
I think we have 2 Orlandos, right?
We have 2 Orlando cards.
Yeah, they're all.
You're talking about the Sidolfo's one, right? The from Tactics. Yeah, I love that character.
Yeah. Honestly, I was really hoping to have Abe here, but I guess I checked out. He's a big Tactics fan, to be honest with you. But I'm
gonna text him.
I think Orlando needs to come back too. I mean, there's been like Sword Saints, right, from Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah.
So I think some type of archetype with Sword Saints would be really cool. Orlando could do something, because usually he's like by himself, and it's always like something
A
based on
lightning
damage.
card. Yeah.
Yeah, lightning. Maybe the comeback of lightning. This is what we need. We need Orlando to come back. He's got to say like 2 CP, break 2 damage characters. I don't know,
Can you
something crazy.
imagine if he was a knight? Like he comes back and then he makes like Delita and Ramza do something like
I mean, at this point, I guess I would accept it. Like maybe Knights could figure out a way to be like water lightning finally with some
mhm,
Ramses that could come out. I mean,
mhm.
I don't see that happening, but I
Like I could
definitely
see some
So
crystal support using Orlando.
sure, sure,
Yeah.
sure,
I don't know
sure.
if you guys noticed, but I think he's the only one from the cast, the main cast, that hasn't received a legendary treatment. Think about it.
Ramses?
Yeah.
No, Orlando.
They've been
Oh,
he's been a
Orlando.
Huh?
hero.
He's been a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're not
But
wrong.
I'm actually thinking I think he's the only one in the cast that hasn't gotten, because we do have like Ramsa, we do have Delita, we do have Agrias, we do have what's the name of the princess?
Ovelia?
Ovelia. We have a legend Ovelia.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
We have Fermelda's from there, right?
Tactics A2, so Tactics Advanced 2, I think is from
Okay,
there.
yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
But yeah, like I think that's the only one that doesn't have a legend from that game.
yeah.
And
He
he's
needs to bring
actually my
him back.
favorite character from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There he is. He's come back just for the end of it.
We can have him give his 2 cents of it. Abe, what's your 2 cents
Yeah.
on Orlando?
Right now.
Do it.
You should make a really good fucking Orlando card. Lightning needs the support. The last Orlando was a
I agree.
lightning card. Tactics needs more stuff in general. There's so many cards that have really sick tactic stuff.
And Sword Saints as well. Sword
Mhm.
Saints needs support.
More jobs.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
same job, but support.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what you would make him do, but he needs to do it. Maybe you attack 8 times.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I agree.
Every time he swings, deal 8k damage. I don't know. Something crazy. Something helpful for lightning in general.
So let's do it. So haste,
Mm-hmm. It has a
good attacks.
combo attack.
Mm. It's like
So
Rabana.
he can attack he can attack 3 times per turn.
Mm-hmm.
He has haste and brave.
I don't know about Brave. I don't know about
Yeah, I don't
Brave.
know about Brave. I don't know about Brave.
Maybe he
Every single
reactivates, like
Okay, so
just like the Odin.
if he does damage, he reactivates and can attack 3 times per turn.
I'm in.
That's pretty good.
You're in
Yeah.
I'm in.
and
He,
haste
he does 5,000 when he attacks. He can choose a 4 deal at 5,000.
Yeah.
5,000.
Sometimes
That's good enough.
That's good enough sometimes. I say 6,000.
And he has to be he has to
I hate
be
Laswell.
under. He has to be 4 CP under because he has to be playable by
Nah,
I'll sit
he's got to be he's got to be a 5 CP. He can't be too strong.
4 CP.
But yeah, maybe 4. Maybe 4.
maybe 2 CP in the crystal.
And a crystal.
Say for every card from here on in.
2 CP
hang
and
on,
a crystal.
2 CP and a crystal.
CP and a crystal.
Try to argue me now. That's gonna
Put
be
2
my
more
answer.
crystals on there and then make him break 2 forwards on entry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
2 CP and 3 crystals with an EDB.
We're just
Got
gonna
it.
keep.
Oh jeez.
He should
All
just
right.
cost 5 crystals and then you win the game.
5 crystals win
Nah,
the game.
15
That's it.
crystals.
Yeah.
All right. One card I want to get talking about. This is one of my picks. Actually, it's probably a group pick. Really, it's something that we've been talking about. I might have a follow up video coming up after this to talk about this card, but it's called Knights of the Round. Of course, it's a summon. I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be a light summon, in my opinion. It's probably going to be a 12 CP. I'm going to be honest with you, and I feel
For
like
Knights.
and we'll see. It could be a cost reduction, in my opinion. Depending on how many knights you have on the field. But I think this card has to be somewhat amazing because
Somewhat amazing.
if you make your characters in Final Fantasy VII like broken enough with the materia to give him like 9,999 attack per attack, and you doing 12 attack, there has to be something strong with that, and even if it's only like 4,000 damage, right? So like, what guys brainstorm with me? What can we have this card do?
I know exactly what it's gonna do.
Oh jeez.
I know exactly what it's gonna do. It's gonna cost 12 CP.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a light card.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a summon, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna cost 2 less for each knight in play.
And break
And
zone.
no, just don't make it OP because then it's just for free immediately. It's gonna be 2 less for every knight in
They
play,
already got arc.
and you play it. No EX burst is activated during this turn.
No, you
That's
went too far.
immediate-
You went too
That's
far.
it. That's it. That's the effect. That's it. Doesn't need
First of
anything
all,
else. That's the
I can
effect.
just
Here's the lineup. First of all, that's the only card I need for knights. That's it. That's it.
I
Sometimes
can just
I'm
use
backup. That's
Ursula,
it.
spend 1 crystal, and then no EX burst affects me. Like,
That's gonna be the argument, It's gonna be 10 CP in
Huh?
crystal, and I'm in.
I don't know what it would
Can
do,
you be on crystal?
but I really like the idea of it costing less by dueling knights on your board.
No, not dolling. Just by
Yeah.
having them on the.
Calm down.
Yeah,
It's gotta have a drawback.
Yeah, it has to have a drawback.
it only works on EX burst. That's it. That's the drawback. The effect. That's it.
you know what? It
It's a
has to be
drawback.
limited. It has to
Dueling
be.
knights. It's like them bowing on their sword. They're like,
Now we're
And don't what? And you win the game when you duel like 10 knights.
yeah. But
Yeah, yeah.
maybe it's like
Yeah.
maybe you every night you duel it reduces by 3, and then it kind of goes with Ramza because Ramza does kind of the same thing, and then you have incentive to be like, oh, play some stuff that activates your forwards and do it again. Shit like
Miwa,
that.
my favorite card.
Yeah, Miwa
Mm-hmm.
doubles up on the
Oh,
Miwa.
So what's the effect then?
I don't know, man. Like you get to punch him in the face 10 times. I don't know.
If you duel 5 knights or more, you activate your knights and you give them haste.
No, I got an idea. However, you choose a forward, break
Oh,
it.
amazing.
Choose a forward, break it, and then choose as many characters like monsters, backups, and everything as much as CP as that forward costs, and break it as well. So you break
I
up 5
mean,
CP, you break 5 other characters.
I'm
No.
in because you said monsters. It sounds a little overpowered, but I'm in because you said monsters.
Yes, I was specifically thinking about monsters.
I think they should do something crazy. Reactivate them, give them
Sorry.
haste. Reactivate them, give them haste, and then like 10k power. Some
Alright.
crazy shit. Because that would be
First
like
strike. First
If you
strike,
have-
brave. Fuck everything.
if you have a light summon in your hand,
Mhm.
you're going crazy, right? Like you're in knights, bro. You're not playing that, but it has to be something crazy. You have to start playing Ramza into last.
I'm loving this team
Oh my God.
effort. We're like,
All right.
We get to attack
All right.
times.
Listen, Linda. Listen. All right.
We're really trying.
I'm gonna have John talk about his next card. It starts with the letter M. Bring it away with all that energy that you've gotten from this last card.
I thought we were talking about the letter A one. So a letter M. Okay, so this is a really cool one that I've thought about. So I'm a big fan of Tactics, Tactics Advanced and Advanced 2, and there's one job that doesn't make the cut from Advanced 1 to Advanced 2, and it's not in the game yet. It's a job that doesn't have a main character, but it would be an amazing standard unit in the game, and we don't have it. We don't have a card for it. I don't think there's actually any main character in any game. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's any main character in any game with the job, and it's Morpher. Morpher is it's a class particularly for the Numo race and Tactics Advanced. It's the same race as Babis and Isol. I think they're Astrologian and Alchemist or something like that.
Mhm.
So Morpher is a really, really, really cool job, and I don't know why it hasn't been used in other games. It's very similar to both Beastmaster and Blue Mage. It's a magic class. It's a magic attacker, and basically what it does is that its weapons are souls. So you equip souls on the Morpher. And you acquire the souls throughout the game by encountering the monsters using an ability that I think it steals a soul or something, and then it gives you like a roster of souls. The Morpher collects the souls and eventually like equips them during battle and astrally turns into the monster and basically gains the abilities of the monster. So how would I implement that in the game? First of all, Morpher has kind of like a light dark vibe, but we don't do that with like standard units. So I think uh I think maybe like the thematic of it would put it probably into like a multi-element capable element like Earth, which is something that we know that Mono Earth means rainbow deck right now.
Mm-hmm.
So having a standard unit Earth that can do things in all colors is probably appropriate for Marvel. What I would do, since it's monster related because it equips both from monsters, I would probably pay like 2 CP for Morpher. Have it be either a backup or a forward, and then do something with monsters in your break zone. Either like uh, exile the monsters from the break zone and then do its EDB effect, or like bring a monster back to your hand, or like have a certain like restriction for a cost, a CP cost, and then put the monster in play. Maybe that would be like too powerful, but something like in those sorts. Like, what do you guys think about it?
I think I like that effect, especially with monster appropriation. But I had a different opinion really on Morpher, in the sense where like I think it would be like a great backup to join like the Easel, the and the other cards, right? The Alchemist and the
Yeah.
Theologian, and I feel like this could be a card where it can take your opponent's forwards, right, from the break zone and remove it from play, and then you can cast it at free at any time, like or maybe choosing a special ability from a forward from your opponent's break zone and play it and use the ability. I think that would be a great idea.
So I wouldn't go like so overpowered because it's a standard unit. Like we don't have so Isol and Babis are like really important characters in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So they do have like they have to be like have a powerful effect. I wouldn't mind seeing a card like that. I just think like wanting to keep it like thematic and like a standard unit. You know, like just
Mm-hmm.
represent the job, not a character.
I when you were describing it, I was kind of like it kind of reminds me of like the Ice Water Realm, like the 2 CP one that steals a monster from your
Mm-hmm.
opponent's break zone, and it kind of reminds me of
Yeah.
Krill. And I think something along those lines would be really cool, like to steal a monster from either side, maybe. So I could see it as like a backup, and then maybe as a cost attached to it that like, oh, you can replay a monster from your break zone or your opponent's break zone. I think that'd be really cool to have in the game.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you literally stole that out of my mouth. Like that's what I was gonna say. It was reminding me of that realm, that, like steal from either side. I think that'd be really cool on a backup for no reason. 2 CP. I don't know, maybe one ice extra or something weird like that. I could see that
Tori
being
would
really
love
cool.
that card.
Yeah, yeah, I
No,
can see that.
make it in ice so he doesn't use it.
Well, yeah, that's why I said ice. I was
I
like, make it
approve. I approve.
yeah.
All right. I think one of the next cards actually I want to start talking about. This might you guys can definitely join me on this one. It's one of our favorite dogs of all time, especially one of the games that me and John actually first grew up with. It starts with letter A, of course. Most of the people know. And I really think that we might make a second video of just talking about all the little puppies that can be
All the
in
puppies.
All
this
the good
category.
boys.
All the good boys, all the little good boys. This one is Angelo. Angelo is Final Fantasy VIII little dog that acts as the companion for Renoa, and I feel like this could be a lot of different trends. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone knows what Angelo does, what Angelo is, and I feel like he can either go from being a backup, a monster, or an LB card. Which I think really, in retrospect, I think an LB Angelo would probably be the better card. Probably a hero, in my opinion. And what do you guys think?
So that was actually like one of my picks. I definitely see it as an LB, and it goes in for me like in the same direction as we were talking about like Shadow and like Red 13. I think it should be a category or we know a specific LB like Snow, and it would be like thematic immediately. Like so, Angelo has to do with Renoa's LB. Like he comes out when you do her LB. So it would be cool to like play Angelo and have something if you have Renoa in play, or search for Renoa, or search for a Cat A character when you play it. So I think like all of those are. And also, it's gonna be in ice. I don't know if you agree.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we
I
would
agree
have
with
like
that.
two puppies in ice. And I think it's is a very so maybe ice is like the puppy element.
Or
But
Earth.
or just leave Earth for the Mughals.
Okay.
Just give us puppies. Give us puppies.
Give us puppies.
I feel like it was an insult that they didn't print Angelo before they printed the 16 puppy.
Torgal.
Torgal, is it?
Togo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't look alike.
It was kind of mean. Definitely.
It's mean.
Tight. Yeah.
I'm gonna take it a different direction altogether. I
Go
like it
for
as
it.
a backup for a lot, and I like it. I think they should just do exactly what they did with Torgal, and then make it like, oh, you can play Cat 8 stuff with any color, and make it searchable with Emina, and then you fix half the problems with that deck off the bat. But,
I mean, they already have the Sid that can play.
but it's not searchable though, so like people don't even play that card.
They,
I guess
you
it's
can
not searchable,
Is this not searchable?
Thornton gets it.
Oh, relax. Drace doesn't get it, right? Because Drace is a Ford, right?
Yeah, forwards only.
Yeah.
So what if it was a 2CP Ford?
I think it loses playability, if particularly if it has that effect. Like it's not gonna stay in the void long, so it's gonna have a huge red dot.
I
I
mean,
just don't want to see a dog die,
Earth-
so I want to
Earth-
make him a backup.
Yeah, with nobody.
It's gotta be
Yeah,
a two-
probably all dogs are gonna be.
but Renoa throws
Oh,
her
yeah,
dog
exactly.
like a fucking missile.
I think what would be cool is if you could use him as
Kamikaze
S
dog.
effect for Renoa. I think like if you had the text that's like, oh, you can use this to activate the S effect for Renoa, and then release it alongside a Renoa that has an S. That shit would be so cool.
Okay, I'm kind of in. Yeah. I guess I kind
You're
of.
kinda in.
I think ultimately,
How does
if
this
it ever
work?
becomes true, I think it is going to be like a 2CP backup, just like Torgo, ultimately.
And then Torgal is a missile. I
I
mean,
could also
Angelo.
see if they played around with their own dynamics, it being LB, and then you could use a Renoa S, and then it'd be like, oh, the next Torgal you cast is for free, and then you could pay it from LB.
Angelo.
I think that would be really cool. too.
Angelo, next Angelo.
Yeah, that one. Sorry.
so why don't we do him justice and have Angelo have an S ability and he can throw Renoa as missiles?
Yeah,
I'm completely down for that. Yeah,
Make him Prime, bro. Prime.
make him
Torgal.
Prime.
Prime into an angel.
Like, Angelo. that has Full Metal vibes on it.
No.
Completely.
No, no, you did not say that.
I'm in.
I'm down.
Renoa turns into the dog. Angelo.
Next card.
All right. Abe. All right,
We love
Abe.
Angelo here.
Abe. This is one of the ones that you had a little iffy with, but you wanted to talk about this. It starts with the letter K. Of course, is it part of your favorite Final Fantasy? Tell us a little bit about this card.
All
This
right.
character.
That's another Cat 3, because you know me.
Mhm.
It's a really important boss at the early half of the game. You're in your boat, you know,
Kanye?
doing a little quest, looking for the water crystal, relevant for later. And then you're with your girl Arya. You guys might know her. She searches Wall 7.
Very late. Mhm.
Yeah. And then this guy comes out of the water and kills her, and it's the Kraken from Cat 3. I don't really have a lot to say. He's just a really generic boss fight, but he does kill somewhat main character. Um, he has the sickest Amano art I've ever seen in my life. It might be the best I've ever seen. Um, he has like no gimmicks in his boss fight. It's an early boss. He does attack twice. Not something you see in water a lot because he's gonna be in water for sure.
Mhm.
But with the art that good, it looks like so. You guys will probably see it when we do the video, but it looks so good. It could be like a new boss card for Mono Water. Could be a lot of different things.
I've seen the Amano art. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I will say the in-game model of the boss nowhere near as cool. But the Amano art
We don't talk about that
is
one.
amazing. Like,
Wasn't that boss like 2 elements, like wind and water or something like that? Isn't that the one that has like storms?
It casts
Oh,
ice
Lord.
and lightning spells.
Oh, really? I'm completely off. Yeah, I'm talking about another one.
That's
Okay.
like your favorite elements, John.
Yeah, no, I would love to have a nice lightning kraken. Go ahead.
you don't need that.
That would be sick too, but it just screams. It's just a water card. There
It's
ain't
just
no way
water.
around it.
Yeah.
You just said ice is lightning. I mean,
It came out of the water.
here.
They didn't know how to portray a storm in that game. They were just like, oh, fucking, we don't even have a water spell. We'll just make ice.
Well, they do know how to do it in FFTCG. It's 2 element cards, and it has ice and lightning together.
Together.
Look, if it was a multi-element
Salted.
ice lightning
So
card,
man.
I would be happy about it. It just looks that cool. As long as
Why do
there's
we
a full art involved.
So what? So just generic? I mean, give me something, man. Yeah, it's a water card. What does a water card do? It's a boss.
I don't know,
monster.
probably
It has to be better
bounce
than the
fucking-
Leviathan 9.
Probably
Bounces
bounces
something.
4 cards, draws 8 cards.
Four
Uh,
cards.
every time they EX burst, you draw 6 cards.
It counts as 8 characters for Titus.
It
Oh,
counts
Jesus.
as 8 characters for Titus. One
I
for each
thought it would be cool if it was just like, oh, it can attack 8 times, every time it kills a forward, it can attack again up to 8 times. That would be kind of cool and thematic.
It's just
Maybe it would make them block. That would be cool. Kind of invoke the Arya death scene.
Mhm.
So it'd be like a kind of a water board wipe, and maybe you can even add it so like, oh, if it takes damage less than its power, it doesn't. Kind of like a Minwu effect.
Mm,
Make it a water board wipe. You know,
water.
I don't know if you give it haste. That seems great. It's insane.
No, no,
but,
no. There's nothing in
But
water.
maybe add a
Nice.
stipulation that it can't attack for damage. Like it can't do player damage.
Maybe triple.
Armand, you're actually a water player. Why don't you give us your opinion?
Oh, me? Yeah. I mean,
Me.
yeah. I mean, I've been playing so many different decks lately. Well, I've left water a long time ago, but it's fun.
I'm glad you have seen the light.
Yeah,
No pun intended.
True.
I do want to say, let's go ahead and start taking the next 2 minutes to 3 minutes talking about the honorable mentions. I want you guys to just mention 1 or 2 cards or 2 characters that you want to mention. I'm gonna just go first by saying, since I'm a Cat 4 player, I don't think I've actually mentioned any Cat 4 characters the entire night, but I do want to say is that the mysterious girl from the not the remake, but the After Years from Final Fantasy IV. The one that's supposed to look like Rydia but has blue hair. I think her name is like Medena or something like that, and or Madna, and basically I feel like this card needs this character needs a card because apparently she steals all of Rydia's summons, and she buffs them up and just beats everybody with it and steals crystals. So and by saying that alone, I feel like she should either be a water, but what would we say is the opposite of Earth, guys? Like what's the opposite of the Earth element?
Wind.
Oh, man. Wind. Yeah, I think I was going to say wind.
So then we'll make her a wind character that can steal opponents' summons, maybe from their hand, reveal their hand, steal a summon. What do you think?
That's
I
very
don't know that.
powerful, button. Yeah, I would absolutely Amaterasu then. But that's pretty good. I mean, yeah, I think it definitely had to be like a 7K just so it's a moddable. But I'm in.
A moddable?
Moddable.
You said we need it. First of all, she steals Mist Dragon, Asura, Shiva, Ifrit, and like and Titan, like away from Rhea. So like,
If you're gonna take my Mist Dragon, my ass is gonna cast it. No holds bar. I'm like, oh, I don't even care if I gotta discard 2 cards to play it. I probably won't draw a summon.
Yeah, the value's got to be there. It's got to be like a 2 CP or something. I don't know.
3 CP maybe. I'm thinking 3 CP.
3 CP, yeah, 3 CP seems okay.
3 CP, 7K.
Yeah.
Wait.
You don't even need Zidane anymore. I don't gotta attack. I'm gonna rip the
Armand. Yeah, I'm gonna beat the Armand out immediately. I feel like because you know what, a lot of people hold on to Mist Dragons and Armands because they know it's kind of safe in the hand. The only thing that can get rid of it is really Zidane and maybe another card. But I think we need more of that. I think we need more.
I would make her with that effect. I would make her an LB. I would make her an LB as like a silver bullet. If you're ready to attack and you don't know if your opponent has a summon, or if you know your opponent has a summon, and you're waiting for it. Just take it off their hand and then go for game.
So waste your LB for it.
Did you say she does crystal stuff? Isn't she a crystal player? Give me more crystal support, man.
Like steal a summon and gain a crystal. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, she's 1 CP in a crystal.
1 CP in a crystal. Yes. What honorable mentions do you have, Armand?
I think for me, just because I love the Genesis art from this new set, I want to be an ice player, but I'm not. So the thing is, if you give me some soldiers with some good, I just want a Kunzel because I think that's the only soldier I can think of that like doesn't have a card. If all he says is draw a card, I'm in. We're playing ice. Make him ice or fire. Genesis, you discard or dull freeze. Like we just need anything, absolutely anything for that archetype.
1 CP soldier that doesn't anything, nothing.
When
just a soldier.
When your opponent activates an action ability, draw 2 cards. How about that?
But yeah, something like that. Because right now we're doing what, like Zach from LB for 1 CP to deal 3K, but we don't even care about that. It's more about the dull freeze or the discard. So it's like, and even that's worth it. So give me a soldier that has any text. I'm in.
I'd like to see a soldier like that new Moogle that when it dies, you like pay 2 mana and then it comes back from the break zone. That shit would be broken in soldiers. It'd be like, oh, discard a soldier, replay it. I'm like, I would feel so bad about it.
You get to get the light cloud out of your hand for whatever
also
reason.
True.
Yeah, I'm in.
What about you, Abe? What honorable mentions do you have for us?
I have 2 that gonna go as a pair.
Oh no.
Oh jeez. Did it happen? All right, John.
The suspense is killing me.
The world has decided not to hear about Abe. John, take it over. What's your honorable mention?
We've heard enough.
He was going to say something that I don't want to hear. By the way, I think we're missing 1 card. What are you going to talk about?
Yeah, we're missing that card. I'm leaving it for last. Okay. Yeah.
So my honorable mention is the trans forms of different characters. We do have like 1 trans Terra card, but only the art. It's called Terra. We don't have the actual like trans Terra or like trans Kuja or like any of the characters that get that. And I think it would be really, really cool to have like a trans state boss monster. So I can't stop looking at apes. But yeah, either a mechanic. I don't know if we have like enough characters for a mechanic, but like have some sort of like overpowered power crap Terra Kuja. They're like really cool art, legends, trans Kuja, trans Terra. There's also Terra and Kuja.
Nobody said.
Obviously, in Ice Lightning.
You know what? I'll give it to you. They would actually look pretty cool if they were Ice Lightning, I think. You guys need something else. That deck has been kind of the same for a while now. So
yeah,
I'll give you those. They have to be.
Aw,
no,
he left.
Poor him. So I guess we can just go on and start talking about the last card the last character that we were deciding
Yeah.
We
Um,
need that card
I've not seen this card
tomorrow.
at all. I would prefer this card to show up sooner or later. It's one of my favorite from Final Fantasy VIII. It's a summon, but I don't know if I would use it as a summon. To me, it could be either a summon or a forward. But it
It's a
is
summon. It's a
it
summon. You don't see it anywhere else in any game. It's just a summon for that game.
it is brother or brotherly love, right? So like these brothers are hilarious. They're technically like always like making jokes or making fun of each other, playing on games on each other. Like I feel like the fact that they play rock paper scissors to see who gets hit by the rock is hilarious in my opinion.
Yeah.
So what like bring some ideas to my attention, guys. What do you think you want this card to do?
So okay,
Take it away,
so
John. Right.
brotherly love for those that don't know, it's a secret summon. Like it's a completely optional, like out of your way summon that you find in a maze. You have to do a labyrinth to get it, and they're basically the minotaurs of the maze. But there's two brothers and they're fighting all the time. And yeah, like once you defeat them, you get the GF, the summon. So I would definitely do a modular summon that's based on chance, like flipping coins or like throwing dice. And like it has like three modules like rock, paper, and scissor, and depending on like where it lands, you do something. But it's completely like on chance. But the thing that you do, they're all good. So it's never like a downside to play the card. Probably like I don't know, like do one damage to your opponent.
Mm.
Uh, uh, discard and I don't know, like I would do something like a board wipe, but like choose X forwards and break them
Or like
based on
instant
like
cost, maybe.
yeah, something like that. But definitely I would do like really good effects, but it's all modular and depending on chance.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun. I feel like we don't have too much of that. And every time we do get it, it's
Mhm.
very underpowered because, it's just like it's on a special ability
Yeah.
or it's just kind of it's just not worth that risk, right?
Mm-hmm.
I doubt this card will see competitive play, right? Because that chance is so huge.
Hey.
But I mean, I would play it competitively. I'll be on here on the
Do
night
we
bot
have
now.
any cards that flip coins?
I don't think so. No, that's a
Mm,
Pokemon thing, man. This is not Pokemon.
You're not wrong, but I feel like if this card can flip a coin, right, we can either do one of the brothers' effects, even if it's like a
yeah.
summon or this could be could I don't know if big take here. We could do this as a 5 CP monster that can activate both effects of both brothers. But if you make this a card, we flip a coin or maybe roll a die, and then you get to do an effect, right? Or it could be an field ability that could have an effect that lasts every turn, right? Like next.
Or it sets you up to play rock paper scissors with your opponent, and then whoever wins, I don't know, gets a crazy effect.
Like just flip the table.
Yeah, like whoever wins does one damage to the other opponent. That's it.
or,
Alright,
or
I'm
or
gonna
break a
paint you
ford. Like you break my ford, I break your ford.
I'm gonna paint you a
That would
picture.
make it unplayable. That would make it unplayable. But I wouldn't mind having like the fun. It would be a cool promo or something like that. It would be a cool Worlds promo actually.
It would be a better Worlds promo.
It would be
Yeah.
a better Worlds promo than the one that we got.
Sorry, Armand, what were you saying?
Well, no, I mean, I'm gonna paint you a picture. Like, imagine you're at a Materia Cup and you turn over to the side and you see these two people and just like, all right, so it's on three. Like, you just see Sam
Actually,
crying.
imagine this. Imagine this. You're on about to be on turn 3 after the round ended, and there's no way to decide who's gonna win. And you're yeah.
An LB
And
card?
you're like one damage away. You're like one damage away from winning, and you have it on your LBs, and you're like, that's it. That's it. This is it. We're deciding who wins. You play it, rock paper scissors. Whoever deals the damage wins the game.
You can only use this effect if you have the same damage as your opponent.
Or if
It's
either of
gotta have a
you.
drawback. It's gotta have a drawback.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. If both of you are at 6 damage, that's it.
No, no,
That's
no.
the. Like,
It finishes
I
the
like the
game
same damage
immediately.
aspect. We could be at 0 damage,
But
and then that'd be more hilarious.
it finishes the game immediately. Like you're both at 6 damage. Let's do this. Play brotherly love.
No, no,
Who's gonna get
I'm
fucked?
trying to come up
no,
with playable ideas, and this is what you're giving me right now. It's
It's
not it.
it's we're here
no.
for it.
It has to be like anytime, because if you make it 6 damage, it's not going to see play. Like people are gonna be like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna play
Well,
this.
it's not
You
gonna
know,
see play either way, but I need Abe's input on this.
I need this to be playable. I
I
love
need this to
brotherly
be
love.
playable. Yeah, we need brotherly love to be playable. I want to see people out there rock paper scissors. I want to see it like I see the ducks. Okay, deciding who's going first. That's the level
Left or
that I
right.
need to see. Yeah, left or right. That's the level I need to see this.
Yeah.
All right,
It's a
well,
meme, but it's a good meme.
Oh wait. We're waiting for Abe. We're waiting for Abe. He's almost back. Anyone has anything else to say? I need him to talk about this card. Come on.
um, we can. I guess. I know you have another honorable mention on your list. What?
Me? Me?
Both of you, really.
So go ahead. I don't have anything else. I'm dry.
Man, I guess I have two. It's just really
Okay.
quick. I think Sir Fratley would be really cool.
What the
Bring
fuck
back
is Sir Fratley?
it's like the love interest for Final Fantasy IX for Freya.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
but they're both like dragoons. So
Okay.
it would give some dragoons some help, maybe something
Yeah,
interesting.
that'd be really cool.
Anything. They haven't gotten anything in a while that's like decent.
Abe,
And then
I'm
and
back. I'm sorry,
we,
bro.
We, we need your input on brother. We
I
need
got it
your.
from
Yeah.
Steven.
So picture this. So we're trying to figure out how to make brotherly love playable. You know the background of the card, or not the card, the character.
A little bit.
So it's a summon that's based kind of like on chance. It's two brothers playing rock paper scissors. Do you know this?
No, but I love a chance card for sure.
Okay, so yeah, that's why we needed your input. So brotherly love is a summon from FF8 that you get when you like go into a side quest dungeon, and it's two minotaurs brothers that play rock paper scissors. So we were trying to make like a playable summon card, and I was saying it should be like a sudden death thing, in which like, oh, if both it's a summon, but you play it from your LB, and if both you and your opponent are at six
I was talking to
damage.
you right there. Please don't tell me it's something in your LB, bro. Don't.
It could be a forward. It could be an LB card. It could be an LB backup
It could have
or a
a
monster.
or something, I guess.
It could be.
So it's just thematic. It's a summon that you play on your turn only. It's an LB. Both of you and your opponent at 6 damage for you to play it for free. You don't have to pay anything, and you do rock paper scissors, and it deals 1 point of damage to the loser. Wins the game or loses the game.
I think we had a
Chuck and
conversation
rock.
about deterministic luck. I think it would be really
Yeah.
cool if it was like, oh, both players look at the top 3 cards of their deck and then pick one card. Whoever has the highest CP card gets to do whatever they want. Punch them in the face. I don't know, whatever you're picturing right now.
With the table.
If
So,
whoever gets
another-
the highest card gets all the other person's cards that they.
So-
Wait, no, relax on that. I have too many floors in my deck.
So I originally pitched the idea of like it being a modular summon and it having like 3 effects, and it's based on like a dice roll, or like top 3 cards or whatever. Make it chance based. But we were like, they were saying like, oh, we don't have any flipping or like coin flipping or like dice rolling kind of mechanics in the game right now. So like, how would that look if we implement it?
I'm still stuck on my own idea. I'm sorry.
Go
It
for
should be
it.
like whoever picks the highest CP character gets to play the other one's character and then add your card to your hand or some shit like that. Like you get to play their character, because then it becomes a gambling game. Because they are incentivized to be like, I'm giving you the cheapest thing. You're getting a backup. You're getting the smallest backup you can get, and you're incentivized to be like, oh, I'm playing 9 CP cards. I'm playing Noct. You're getting a Noct, maybe. And then they're like, oh, I have a Leviathan. I want a gambling game, man.
No, that just sounds like a bad version of Mind Flayer. Like, I need something better. I need something playable. Like,
yeah, but it's fun. Mind Flayer's fun.
But Mind Flayer is fun.
But it's not. No one plays the card, unfortunately.
No one plays the card.
I love that card too.
That card, I want to see it in the comments.
I love the card.
FF4.
Yeah.
All right, guys. In the comments, we want to hear the cards that you want to see or characters that you want to see turned into cards for FFTCG. Of course, we got John, we got Abe, and we got Armand. I'm Brian. Thank you for joining us on another podcast for Gamers Command, and we hope to see you more in our next video.
Yeah.
Good soup.
Good soup. Good soup.
We're on screen, right? We're on Twitter.
Yes, we are. But you know what? We're gonna give this to Sam so he can edit it.
Yeah, that's crazy shit.
All right, recording now.
Let's do like 5 minutes of crazy shit and then start the video, so we can edit.
That's recorded. All right, let's go.
Hello.
All right. All right, ready? 3, 2.
You can't give me a countdown and you're laughing at 2, bro.
Okay.